Hi, this is Trepacer. I'm gonna do one of these. I haven't done one of these in a long time. Was watching videos today and I saw, DVD collector 1974, James and Volker Ball, Ian, who always do their top five. They start doing their top five list every Friday, and decided to participate for this one. And this one's a hard subject. Top five non-action movies from the action movies from the 80s because I was having a hard time coming up with a list because a lot of the movies are like either drama and action or sci-fi action. So I couldn't put Terminator in there, and I couldn't put as much as I wanted to put Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan in there or Empire Strikes Back. Those are my sci-fi action adventure movies. I think so. I think that kind of disqualifies me from entering those. Just so I was trying to come up with other top five. So I came up with this top five. And this is going to be in no particular order, I guess, but I'll just read them as I kind of made up the list. Okay, number five would be American Werewolf in London. Now, this movie, of course, directed by John Landis, is starring David Naughton and Jenny Agutter, I think that's her name. Anyway, and what's the guy's name? I forgot the other guy. Griffin Dunn, I'm sorry. Yeah, basically it's about two Americans that go to London backpacking through London and or Europe, I think that was the plan. And, you know, they get the famous thing, beware the moors. And of course, they accidentally wander onto the moors, and one of them gets killed, and the other one gets attacked by the werewolf, and of course, the werewolf is killed. And of course, he gets, the friend that survives, he gets visited by his dead friend, who basically warns him that, listen, what attacked us was a werewolf, and you're going to turn. Okay, you got to basically kill yourself. And of course, he thinks he's freaking out, and that this is not possible, that he's seeing his dead friend. It's all in his mind. It's not really happening until you see probably one of the most incredible transformation scenes ever in a movie ever. That really, that transformation scene just really haunts me. I can't even really watch it that much. I mean, when it comes on, or sometimes I can, on YouTube I'll watch it maybe, but it's just that scene's just so incredible because normally I say, oh, werewolf films, I love werewolf films, and normally you see them transform where the guy basically just becomes hairy and grows fangs, and he's usually a two-footed werewolf, walking around, or a wolf man, I guess. But in this one, American Werewolf in London, he actually physically changes into a wolf, and it's painful, and it's just awful. I mean, just to watch it, it's just painful, and that what made it so memorable to me. That transformation is just so painful, and it has a nice mix of horror and comedy in it as well, and it's just an outstanding film. So American Werewolf in London, just one of the best films in the 80s that came out. Okay, now number four would be A Christmas Story. I absolutely love this movie. It came out about the the family and the Ralphie, the little kid that wanted the Red Ryder BB, the official Red Ryder BB gun, and everybody kept denying him that, telling him he's going to shoot his eye out. And the movie is just about family, and it's just such a great bunch of characters. Ralphie and his friends, his little brother, who always made me laugh at the little brother. The mother overstuffing, dressing up too tight so he can't even move. and Ralphie, running from the bullies, and his father with the cursing and fixing the furnace, and the dogs next door. Everything about that movie is just heartwarming. Based on a play, I think the play by Gene Shepard, a short story, I think, by Gene Shepard, and directed by Bob Clark. It's just a fantastic movie, and like I said, they play every Christmas, and it's just a fantastic movie. One of the best movies that in this, and it just stuck out to me. I absolutely love the Christmas Story. It's just a great family film. Anybody can watch it, and it's just heartwarming. I love that movie a lot more than Jingle All the Way. I know people like Jingle All the Way. I think Jingle All the Way is okay, but I don't think it's not like A Christmas Story good. I don't think it's Christmas Story good level of good, exactly. Anyway, so that's number four. Number three would be Coming to America. That movie, Eddie Murphy, again, movie directed by John Landis. Eddie Murphy, Arsenio Hall, James Earl Jones. I think John Amos is in it as well. Basically about this African prince who actually comes with this manservant. They come to America looking for a bride, and they get a job in the fake McDonald's. And it's just Eddie Murphy plays a cast of characters, him and Arsenio Hall, and the comedy is on point and so funny. The barbershop scenes will have you cracking up, and stay for the end when they roll in the credits, because Eddie Murphy comes on again as the old Jewish guy telling a joke, which is absolutely hilarious. And the movie's just a fun movie. Just one of his absolute best movies ever, coming to America. Just you have to see that movie. It's just fantastic and a great movie that came out in the 80s. Okay, now number 2 would be The Thing. Now this is a remake, of course, of the 1950s movie that came out. This is the one, of course, done by John Carpenter, starring Kurt Russell, and a cast of characters. Keith David, I think, is in it as well. And or not Keith David, or David Keith. I always get those mixed up. But a bunch of guys stranded, not stranded, but they're in a scientific expedition out, and I think is it Alaska or Antarctica? I forget what it is, but they're trapped basically there, and of course they get trapped by this alien thing, which slowly starts to turn, start infecting everybody there, and you don't know who's human and who's not, and it just slowly unravels, and the terror and the unforgettableness of this creature and the transformations and stuff, it just chills you to the bone, and it's just one of the best sci-fi movies ever made, I think, and just it's a chilling horror movie about you don't know this creature who just adapts to whatever form it wants to take, and you don't know who's real and who's not, and it's just a chilling movie to watch, and it's unforgettable. Like I said, that movie just stuck with me too, because it's just so unforgettable, The Thing, and I absolutely love what John Carpenter did with that. It's just a fantastic movie, in my opinion. And number 1, I guess, in my list would be Back to the Future. I guess the whole trilogy. Well, I'm going to go with I love the original, the best out of all of them, because it's just a fun movie about a guy who builds a time machine, Doc, who builds a time machine out of the DeLorean, of all things. And Michael J. Fox actually goes back in time and kind of affects his parents' relationship, and has to try to, correct the mistake. And it's a fantastic, fun family film. You have Michael J. Fox, him and Christopher Lloyd have great chemistry together, and you care about his character, and of course his mom starts falling for him, which is a whole other head issue. And of course, and he has to basically teach his father, or give his father encouragement to try to date his mother so he can exist. And it's just, and then you got the great, Biff, who's the villain in this, and it's the whole movie is just a fantastic movie about family and sci-fi and time travel and loyalty, and it's just a fantastic movie. I love Back to the Future. Like I said, you can watch it any time. It's just a fantastic movie. And to think Michael J. Fox wasn't the original choice. Eric Stoltz was the original actor, of course, that everybody knows now, who filmed it. And then luckily they looked at the film and decided to go another way and pick Michael J. Fox, and the rest is history. And I think he was filming it I think he was filming Family Ties during the daytime and filming Back to the Future at night. So I don't know when he slept, but in any event, he was absolutely fantastic, Michael J. Fox, in this part. The part, again, it seems like he was just destined to play, and that'll be my top 5 for this. Well, it's a Sunday technically. My top 5 movies for non-action movies from the 80s. Okay, so again, thank you, DVD Collector 1974 James and Ian Farquhar, for devising this list. And it was fun to make this video and to go back and reflect on these movies. Okay, anyway, let me know what you think of my top 5 list. Feel free to leave comments down below. This is Trepacer saying so long and take care.